Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 14 of the AC Milan save here on YouTube. And thank you for joining me again. I very much appreciate it. Hope you're all doing very well and enjoying all of your time with Football Manager. And we're going to kickstart early. I'm going to give you a question from the off. And I'm curious, I'm interested. What save are you currently doing on Football Manager 2021? Because obviously the game's been out for quite a while now. What? 3 weeks, probably 3 or 4 weeks. Let me know what saves you're doing, how it's getting on. Let's all compare our successes. Have you won a trophy? Have you got relegated? Have you got sacked? I mean, if anyone's got sacked before me, then you're a disgrace to Football Manager, to be honest with you. I actually haven't been sacked at all on Football Manager yet, on this year, so...
Ooh, you're hard, showing off.
It's going well. The year's going strong. But no, welcome back to a new episode. I hope, as I said, hope you're all doing very well. And in today, we do have the mighty Roma game. So we do actually have quite of a... I would say this game's really important. Just because, as you can see from the table, we are currently in 5th place. And for some reason, despite all the wins we're getting, we can't push into that top 4 bracket. I don't know why. Like, we just keep... Whenever we're close to getting to the top 4, we seem to just not get there. Like, we just seem to have a poor result, and we are, at the moment, we're really, really struggling to get into the top 4. However, the only good thing at the moment is that we've created quite a bit of a gap between us and Atalanta, who are actually having a poor season. In comparison to where they were last year. They got 3rd last year. They actually finished 3rd 3 times on the trot. I mean, bizarre from Atlanta. But they're having a poor season so far. Currently in 7th. And we are 4 points clear with a game in hand against them. And obviously, if Roma beat us today, that does narrow the gap by 2 points. So we can't really afford to lose today's game. It is quite an important game, to be fair. But regardless of the result today, we do stay in the same position. Now... we did actually get through our Euro Cup campaign as well, which we'll go through in just a second. But obviously, the last episode was the 1-0 win, a very narrow 1-0 win against Benevento. And since then, we haven't had a lot of games. We've only had 4 games in total, one of which was in the Euro Cup. And we did manage to actually get through without a loss. And we only conceded 1 goal. You'd probably say it was a pretty easy group against Panathinaikos, Mainz, and Trabzonspor. And we can score 12. So we had a very, very strong campaign. And you'd probably say we're probably the favourites, really, for this trophy. I mean, if you look at the teams around, you're probably looking at... are we into the second knockout round? What? Whoa. Are we not in this yet? I mean, if you look at them sides, you're probably saying Sporting, probably favourites, Zenit, Valencia probably as well. There's not any teams there that I'm particularly fearful of, so we could potentially get ourselves a European trophy. Not the European trophy we want, though. No. We want... this one. And one day that will happen and I will get an actual trophy. Like an actual full-on trophy. And you'll see me over there on my knees lifting it up with all its grace. I'm telling you, remind yourselves, because put it in your diaries. It's going to happen. So as I said, the first win, we are on a fantastic run of fixtures at the moment. We've only lost 3 in about 3 months, so it's going well. No, but the last game was the 2-0 win against a Mainz 05 in the Euro Cup. Leo getting himself another goal. And once again, a very even game. Castrovelli, I sang his praises last episode, and he has been absolutely unbelievable for us so far. He's got 6 assists in 15 from that midfield position, and he is progressing very, very nicely indeed. But he got himself on the score sheet alongside Leo, who once again he scored 9 and 8, 2 and 3 in the Euro and Serie A respectively. So this guy is playing very bloody well, and we are in the January transfer window as well. So that we could potentially have a few offers on the I've just seen Mesut Ozil's at Mainz. Did they sell him? They got him on a free. Wow. Okay, then Arsenal, as like real life, don't value him in the slightest. But Ozil's a great acquisition for Mainz, by the way. Look at them playmaking attributes. I mean, going to Mainz, though, a little bit strange considering the sides that he's been at. But all respect to you, Ozil. You managed to get yourself out of Arsenal, and you managed to get yourself first in football. Unfortunately, we put them to the sword with 9 shots to their 6. Fairly low expected goals on both sides, but we managed to come out 2-0 winners, making us qualify from the group and putting us top of the group as well. So very, very nice result there. And of course, I think that actually puts us into the second knockout round. I'm pretty sure it does. We are obviously, I'd say we are definitely one of the favourites. And then 3 league games in a row, 2 wins and 1 loss. Kickstarting that with the Salernitana game at home. I'm not too sure where they are in the league. They are 17th, so expected to get relegated. And we managed to beat these lot 2-1. Once again, Leo getting himself on the goal and Calabria sealing it in the final 14 minutes of the game, getting ourselves a 2-0 win. And once again, you'd probably say this is more of a dominant performance from the boys. They got 6 shots, we had 12. We had 1 expected goals, and they had 0.34. So they weren't really in the game that much. Jesus did have a poor game on the right-hand side. David Neres getting a 6.8. Once again, there's not really, I don't think there's any sort of relationships forming between our trio here, so that's a little bit of concern. But as I said, we are in January, so I am tempted to get a big name in, but we'll go into that in just a second. We then had a very, very tough game away from home against Napoli, and obviously Napoli are above us, actually, in the top 4 as well. So this was probably a game that we definitely needed to win, but unfortunately, Napoli did come out the winners of that affair with a 1-0 win, which you'd probably say that you'd expect them at home to be scoring more against us. They got Ross Barkley. Has he won a raffle or something? Like, 20 million from Ross Barkley. How have Chelsea pulled that off? What? I mean, okay then. I mean, Ross Barkley's won a raffle to come to bloody Napoli here, I must say. No, but Napoli were the better of the side, there's no denying that. They had 18 shots to our 8. We didn't really muster up any great chances with only 3 shots on target. We did have the better possession, but Napoli were just the more clinical with their attacking lineup. Barkley, Zienski and Fabian all doing relatively poor. And that did obviously extend the gap between us and the top 4, which is a little bit of a concern because like the main goal for this season is to get into top 4, because that's like, if we get to top 4, we'll go from here to here in terms of like reputation, finances, which will mean I can get better and bigger players. Now, the next game after that loss was the 2-0 win against Cagliari. And you'd probably say Cagliari probably deserved to get something out of this game. Looking at the shots and their expected goals, we did manage to be the more clinical. Once again, Leo and Neres, more so Leo, saving our bacon, our bloody mighty sausage bacons. Sausage bacons, what are they? I mean, almighty bacon, should I say, not sausage bacons. Saving our bacon, and David Neres putting us 2-0 up very, very early on in the game. And then Calido actually had an offside goal 10 minutes after the half-time. So a few nervy moments. But you can see from the expected goals, we were pretty much... we did deserve to win, but if you're Cagliari, probably looking at that, saying you should have made it a little bit more of a nervy affair for us. But thankfully, they didn't. And as I said, that has put us into 5th position. Now, as I said, we are in January, so we are at a little bit of an odds at the moment, because I'm not too sure if I want to get someone in. Now, I know Leo's been unbelievable this year, but he's not an out-and-out striker. Now, there is part of me that wants to go out and get like a massive, massive sign-in, just get someone in that's like 50, 60 million, and financially we're okay, 46 million, so I can afford to buy quite a big player, get someone on installments, for example. And there's not, by the looks of it, there's not really anyone. I did have a very, very brief look. There's not really anyone that's we can afford, like not even afford. Like that's not really the issue. There's no one here. I mean, Jermaine Defoe, definitely not. If you look here, there's not really anyone that we're like, yeah, he's going to be worth it. I mean, I want someone relatively young as well, which is quite difficult to get. I mean, we could get Piatek, who hasn't really had a great season so far. I mean, one person we could get, thinking about it, is this guy. Belotti, maybe. We could get Belotti. Is listed. Right. So we'll have to see if we actually get this guy, because he will be fantastic for us. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see if we get him in today's episode. You'll have to wait until tomorrow's episode. Tomorrow's episode will be a Friday, yeah. So, I mean, if we do get Belotti, that means Leo's place in the squad is going to be very much in a doubt. Now, going into this game, we do actually have Benaker out, and we are going to put... Oh, God, right. Christensen might have to go into that DM role. And we're going to play... I think we'll play Conte at right back. So I think this is the first appearance for Conte. So he has come off the bench, to be fair. So we have got a pretty strong side going into this Roma game. Obviously, we are at home, so we are expecting to get a positive result against these boys. But we will have to wait and see. And we have... I mean, Sassuolo have won. And they are... Were they level on points with us? I can't remember. I can't remember if they were level. I think they were, actually. So here we go then, boys. The Roma game. This isn't going to be easy. But we are at pretty much full strength sides. And we are relatively fit. Bar Ager. Can I bring in... Oh, God. I haven't got anyone in. Right. We're going to have to go with this side, I think. Right. Get your score predictions in the comments. Don't cheat. Don't bloody cheat. You're not allowed to cheat. That's not good. Before we get into the game, put your result, like your prediction in the comments. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for the mighty Milan. The bloody Milan boys are going... It sounds like a band every time. The Milan boys. It sounds... I mean, the Milan boys on stage next for Glastonbury. The Milan boys will be at Glastonbury soon enough. Right, why don't you pick up where you left off? Let's go, boys. Come on. 25 minutes gone, and there is a chance here through Jesus Corona, and oh God, we're going to get hit on the break. I can already see it, unless we can get a tackle in. And it's a good pass into Mo for Durara. I mean, we did have a corner, but we haven't made any of it, and I mean, thankfully we're back in position. That's a good interception by Grimaldo there. Obviously back in the side after that injury that he sustained. I don't think he played in the last episode. And this looks like it's going to be a chance for us as long as we don't lose it here. Christensen playing in that DM role. Can he dictate play? Probably not, because it's Christensen. Tecatito. Good ball to David Neres. Is he going to hit it? He's not. He's going to go past his man. And he's going to hit it. And oh my God. David Neres with a fantastic effort there. I mean, I don't know how he's managed to get through their entire defence. It's a great ball. Both wingers combining there. Jesus Corona passes it through, goes past the right back. Karsdorp goes past the centre back. Who's it? I can't get it. Kumbella, and just slots it past the keeper. You love to see it. And 1-0 up from what can only be called a very boring game so far. So, you know, we probably are lucky to be winning, but that we just superior quality. And when you have Dzeko up top and you have Pedro on the right wing, you're going to lose, aren't you? You're going to lose. It's just the way it is. And we're going to half time with a 1-0 win. 1-0 win, a 1-0 lead. Don't get complacent out there. We don't want to let this go here. This win will be massive for us. And this will extend the gap between us and the Roma, just outside the Europa League spots. And I'm looking there, Ibanez. Ibanez is meant to be ridiculous on this year, so he is potentially someone we might go for, because I realised that we do have Kajer in that centre-back role, who potentially isn't the greatest of centre-backs. There's another chance here. Grimaldo, ball in, Christensen. If Christensen would have scored that after I criticised him, I would have been happy but upset at the same time. So I'm glad that sort of didn't happen. And we have got in the game a little bit more here. We are exerting our dominance into the second half. I mean, not really... I mean, a second here would do us wonders. And this is what I'm concerned about, is that they are going to break away. But it's a poor ball out, and Dzeko has got the pace of a snail. And we managed to get ourselves out. Castrovelli, Florentino, obviously the midfield is back together. Are the best midfield. I mean, actually, no, but Benaker isn't in the side, is he? So, but without him, we do struggle creatively at times, I feel like. And Karsdorp is great defending there, but it's poor ball out. David Neres. I mean, they're just passing it like 1-2 here. Florentino. I mean, let's all appreciate. Let's just take a moment and appreciate how bloody brilliant that goal was. What a goal that is. Poor defending from Roma. They initially defended it well through Karsdorp, but he did a poor ball out, and David Neres with a goal and an assist, and Florentino with potentially one of the goals of the season there. First time, hits it past the keeper, putting us 2-0 ahead. And now if they do get one, okay, breathe, that's fine. That could have potentially been absolutely terrifying. Right, I mean, 3-0 here, and it is an embarrassment. Leo, I mean, the goalkeeper literally stood still. I mean, that is some confidence from the goalkeeper, Lopez there. And we are going to make some subs. Let's bring Zlatan on for Leo. We'll bring on Salesmakers on for Jesus Corona, who is currently on a yellow card, so we don't want to risk any suspensions, especially into January as well, because January we do have a lot of games. So it looks like it is going to be a 2-0 win. 5 minutes to go. Yes, that is massive for us. That is huge. Not only does that close the gap between us and the top four, but it also extends the gap between us and the Europa League board. You are mental. No. Right. It's a star player. Right. Obviously. Like, Paul Singer. I mean, if you... Like, madness. I mean, thankfully we were able to convince them. I mean, are we going to be able to offer him a contract on a YouTube video? Is it going to be a live transfer special? I think it might be. Let's see if we can get a contract going. I don't think we can. Oh, I mean, big times here in Milan. And where does that put us in the table? That puts us in 5th. So we are only 1 point off the top 4. And we are 7 points away from exiting the Europa League spot. So, lovely stuff. I'm very, very happy with that. That game was massive. And can we do a team meeting? I feel like a team meeting is deserved. Oh, yes. Come on. You love to see it. Fantastic. Right. We'll go for one more day to see if we can get Belotti. Belotti contract sorted. Is he... I mean, they're literally not caring. What? I mean, we'll see what happens. I'll pause to see if we get him. Get the contract sorted before the end of this episode, so I'll see you in a second. Right, sit down time. Belotti is extremely uninterested. What? I mean, I'm insulted. He wants to be a star player. He says uninterested, but he's willing to go into negotiations. I mean, you're going to be a star player, so let's offer you that immediately. And now he said they're going to want about 140k, so we're going to start off with 135 here. 10% sell on. Right, don't you worry, boys. He's coming into the van. Andre Belotti is coming into Milan. I mean, what a striker he is. He is 28, so he's a little bit on the old side, but great personality. And he's been an absolute goal machine last year for Torino. This can be a massive loss for Torino, who are sort of mid-table. And without Belotti, they could struggle massively here. So we could potentially get Torino relegated this season. And we are going to ask Donnarumma to endorse the move as well. And is very interested. He said he was uninterested. I wish he'd make his mind up. No, but when are we going to come back for the next episode? A Belotti episode, a Belotti debut in a Milan episode. When are we going to come back? And I think it's only fitting we come back for the Atalanta game after January, so we'll know if I've got any other players in. You'll be the first to know. So we are going to come back for the Atalanta game, and they could be a potential rival. Well, they are a potential rival for us, so we'll see how they got on. We've got a lot of games in the meantime. 6 games, one of them being in the Italian First Cup round, so we'll have to see how we get on. Here we are then, coming to the end of the episode. Of course, I want to thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Once again, Twitter, Twitch, here. And if you've got any suggestions, any constructive feedback, that is very much appreciated. Feel free to message me privately on my Discord. All that stuff is in the description, or put it in the comments. It's very much appreciated. So, yeah, thank you all so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe. Have a good morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.